But since I played That Dragon Cancer, I've been thinking about, my younger days, back when I still had the vibrancy of youth coursing through my veins. But I've been thinking about my dad and, my childhood and me growing up, and also thinking back on old videos that I've done, of course. But in this certain circumstance, the one thing that stood out that I wanted to talk about in this vlog was the concept of believing in yourself. And it's a subject that I've talked about a lot, and it's something that I reinforce. But those are just words, believe in yourself. Those are words. It's not an instruction manual on how to be better in your life. And not that I'm qualified to tell you guys how to do that, but I am qualified to tell you guys how I've lived my life and how that's worked for me. And one of the most important things is something that I constantly need to remind myself of is that I don't have anything to prove to anyone. And that may seem like a bold claim because I do have a lot of expectations to meet, both with you guys and myself. But one of the things that always keeps me grounded is realizing that I don't owe anybody anything. Simply existing doesn't mean that you have a debt that you need to pay to the universe to exist. You exist whether or not you think and let yourself be stressed out by those ideas. And this is a very grandiose topic, but trust me, I'm going to bring it down into something cohesive that can be understood. But this whole concept of not owing anyone anything may seem sensible at its face, but sometimes it's very hard to get through in your day-to-day life. Because especially in the age of the internet, you're constantly comparing yourself to other people, and you're constantly comparing yourself to other people in your field of study that may be better than you are at what you're doing. They may be better artists, better musicians, better, YouTubers. It doesn't matter what subject it is. You'll often find yourself comparing yourself to others, and you'll sometimes feel like you owe it to yourself to be that good. And that is a horrible way of thinking, because that may motivate you in the short term and you'll be able to get a lot of fuck you energy is what I call it. But in all honesty, that isn't what really is going to make you go the farthest. Because when you are constantly trying to meet the expectations of someone else, you're letting yourself down. And one of the things that's been hard for me to understand in my life is this concept that I don't need to focus on anyone else. I don't need to compare myself to anyone except myself. That's why I look back on my life so much, because I'm not comparing myself to other YouTubers. I'm not comparing myself to other artists or voiceover artists or actors if I want to do that thing. I'm not comparing to other people. I'm comparing to my past self. And this may be yesterday, it may be years ago, it may be my childhood self. Those are the only people in my life that I need to compare myself to. And hopefully, as I go through my life, I'm constantly getting better. I can look back at my past self, and I can be proud of what I've accomplished in the past for when it was.
So you know where you've come from, and you know where you're going, because hopefully you've got a goal in mind. And I've actually talked about this in a video called Believe in Yourself, where I believe I was riding a bike and talking about this. But I meant it then, and I mean it now.
I curse too much. I'm sorry.
And I would like to subscribe your video, but I don't know how to.
Oh, that's okay. Like you have to be 13 years old to bank an account on YouTube.
You have 13-year-olds?
Yeah, but that's okay. You still watch, and that's totally fine.
Do you play Undertale? I know you do.
No, I'm not afraid to say no to a little kid. No. No, I'm just kidding. All right, how about a live stream at some point? Sound good? Just live stream the whole thing. That way everyone's happy.
Except you.
Except me.
He's done talking.
Get him out of here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're gonna wind down. No more questions for now. Sorry to everybody that didn't get to ask your questions, but we spend so much time rambling that we never get through so many. We're just gonna have some clothing thoughts like we usually do for these panels. This has been a panel, like, my goodness. Like,
Hey, I hear you.
anyway. So, yeah, it's been a time, and it's been really amazing to see the years come and go and times change like this, and people come and go, and then people who have been here multiple times, like multiple years, and even in the signing yesterday, we had people that came up sometimes 3-4 years in a row, and it's just astonishing to see the. I hate to even use the term loyalty because I don't that makes it seem like you guys owe me something, but just like how much faith you've put in us and how much like belief you've put in what we do and who we are as people and like counting on us to be there for you guys like on a day-to-day basis. And it's like what Wade said, it's motivating and it's inspiring and it's humbling all in one. And I just, you know, I say it way too much, but I just always want to say thank you guys so much for being here and thank you so much for being who you are and, you know, taking this message to heart. And I know there's always a pang of disappointment because I feel like, oh, not everyone gets to meet us or say hi to us or get that picture that they wanted. And I feel bad considering we're one people apiece. And then, you know, you guys are many peoples in a big room. I don't know about that. Yeah, but it's just, I just wanted to say that even if you guys don't get a chance to stop us in person, just thank you guys. Like, honestly and truly, thank you for being here and thank you for listening to us. Oh, that's very, thank you so much. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. So anyway, I'll leave it up to these guys.